Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us. Can I please have a round of applause for the Martin High School School Mariachi, Los Tigres del Sur. On behalf of the City of Laredo, welcome to the State of the City Address. My name is Noraida Negron. I'm the Public Information Manager for the City of Laredo, and we're very happy to have you right here with us. Please rise for the presentation of colors by a combined law enforcement agency's color guard led by Lieutenant Jonathan Castillo from the Laredo Police Department. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem by the Martin High School Mariachi Los Tigres del Sur.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, save us that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave. For the land of the free and the home of the brave,
Thank you. You may be seated. And please, another round of applause from the Martin High School Mariachi, Los Tigres del Sur. They were amazing. We're honored to welcome everyone today, members of the Laredo Council, city leadership, regional and binational partners, community leaders, and residents from across our city. First and foremost, of course, the mayor's wife, Ms. Rosa Marquez de Treviño. Thank you for being here with us. Mayor Pro Temp and Council Member for District 1, the Honorable Gilbert Gonzalez. Council Member for District 3, the Honorable Melissa Cigarroa. Council Member for District 4, the Honorable Rick Garza. Council Member for District 5, the Honorable Ruben Gutierrez Jr. Council Member for District 7, the Honorable Vanessa Perez. And Council Member for District 8, the Honorable Alisa Cigarroa. También nos acompaña la Presidenta Municipal de Nuevo Laredo, la Alcaldesa Carmen Lilia Canturrosas. U.S. Representative from Texas District 28, the Honorable Henry Cuellar. Representing the U.S. Senator, the Honorable John Cornyn, is Ms. Lupita Cepeda. Representing the U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, Joshua Rojas. With us is our Texas State Representative, House District 42, the Honorable Richard Peña Raymond. Also with us is our Texas Parks and Wildlife Commission, the Honorable Ana Galo. With us is Constable for Precinct 4, the Honorable Rolando Roles San Miguel. Also, Texas A&M International University President, Dr. Christopher Maynard. Laredo College President, Dr. Minita Ramirez. Laredo Independent School District Superintendent, Mr. Guillermo Pro. Representing United Independent School Districts Board Member District 1, Mr. Gilbert Aguilar Jr. Management, our City Manager, Mr. Joseph Nebb. Assistant City Managers, Mr. Jose Valdez Jr. and Ramon Chavez. Also, our City Secretary, Mr. Mario Maldonado. I also would like at this time to respectfully acknowledge the city department directors who serve this community every single day. Please stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I also want to acknowledge the presence of so many students that we have here with us today. Please stand to be recognized. We do have the LISD Superintendent Student Council. Thank you. Also, United Independent School District Superintendent Student Council as well. And we're also joined by the United High School football team. A brief note on today's program, please remain seated during the video presentations. We also invite you to applause at appropriate moments throughout the program. At this time, I would ask to please kindly silent all mobile devices. Please, that would be greatly appreciated. Please direct your attentions to the screens for messages from leaders who understand Laredo's importance not only to Texas, but also to our nation and our binational future. These leaders share a common understanding: when Laredo succeeds, our region and our country succeeds.
Good afternoon, Laredo. And congratulations to Mayor Trevino, to dedicated city officials, and everyone who has worked tirelessly to drive the extraordinary progress we've achieved this past year in South Texas. Laredo is the beating heart of trade and commerce between the United States and our neighbors to the south. The bridges and roads that connect Laredo open the entire United States to resources and development. That's why I've worked for so long to secure presidential permits for the World Trade Bridge expansion, the 4-5 International Bridge, and the Laredo-Columbia Solidarity International Bridge, because I know that strengthening Laredo's place as a cornerstone of global commerce will make the Lone Star State better and stronger. 2 years ago, I was deeply honored to receive the key to the city of Laredo. Mayor Trevino, thank you. It was a humbling reminder of the trust that you have placed in me to advocate for you, your community, and your needs. And this year, I'm deeply honored to have been named Mr. South Texas. I love South Texas, and my commitment to Laredo and its people remains unwavering as we continue building a more prosperous future. I also look forward to joining y'all at the WBCA in February. Congratulations again on the monumental achievements we've achieved and celebrated this past year. With the dedication, resilience, and innovation that define Laredo, I have no doubt that even greater success lies ahead for this remarkable city. Thank you. May God bless the city of Laredo, and may God continue to bless the great state of Texas.
Hi, I'm Texas Senator John Cornyn. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say just a few words at the 2026 State of the City address in Laredo. I want to give a shout out to my friend Mayor Trevino and the City Council for their leadership. This past year, America's #1 port in total trade, Port Laredo, handled a third of the U.S.-Mexico trade and supported more than 1 million jobs. I was proud to back President Trump's approval of the Green Corridors International Bridge, which will boost efficiency and security at the port. I'll continue advocating to expand the Columbia Solidarity International Bridge and improve cross-border trade and travel. This last summer, I was proud to vote for the Working Family Tax Cuts Act, now law, which includes more than $280 million to improve access to rural health care in Laredo and across the state. Like me, I know you're also concerned about water and infrastructure. In the Senate, I've led the charge to ensure that Mexico lives up to its treaty obligations and provides annual deliveries of water to South Texas farmers and ranchers. Earlier this month, we prohibited funding from being sent to Mexico until they deliver the water they owe, and I secured $280 million to support farmers and ranchers affected by those water shortages. I remain committed to fighting for your priorities here in Washington. So thank you for all you do to keep the Gateway City a great place to live and work, and may God continue to bless the city of Laredo and the great state of Texas.
Alcalde Víctor, compadre, mayor, un fuerte abrazo y muchas felicidades por tu informe. Todo el pueblo de Nuevo León está muy agradecido por la cooperación y el apoyo. Hoy tenemos la mejor aduana de México entre Nuevo León y Laredo, Texas. Estamos por terminar ya la modernización completa, las gasas para conectar la carretera Gloria Colombia. Todo va a quedar al 100 para este febrero. Y quiero también agradecer todos los permisos, apoyo para los puentes adicionales que vienen y para todo lo que vamos a hacer juntos, al menos los siguientes 2 años que me quedan de gobernador. Acuérdense que yo estoy hasta octubre de 2027. Muy entusiasmados porque está subiendo el comercio, está subiendo el tema económico. Esa aduana que estuvo abandonada hoy es la segunda más importante y viene lo mejor con el mundial. Aquí te espero en el verano. Nuevo León va a tener muchas obras terminadas y funcionando. Así que vengan a conocer el nuevo Nuevo León con el nuevo metro, nuevas carreteras, nuevos parques, nuevo aeropuerto si deciden venir en avión. Y este triángulo dorado que va a tener casi 15 juegos, Dallas, Houston y Monterrey, pues sin duda el epicentro es Laredo, es la frontera. Así que ayúdame a promocionar que se deje venir la raza. Va a estar muy bueno acá el ambiente. Que sea un año de muchos éxitos. Felicidades por el trabajo logrado, realizado. Y me adelanto y te felicito por lo que viene. Saludos.
Thank you also to our partners of Nuevo León, who there also have representatives here. Dr. Marco Gonzalez Valdez, thank you so much for being with us as well. We are grateful for their continued partnership and support, and we're very appreciated. And now we turn our focus home, the leadership, the vision, and the direction shaping Laredo's future. Please enjoy our opening film.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and fellow citizens, welcome to the City of Laredo State of the City Address. This is Laredo, a city shaped by borders but defined by people, a place where history meets opportunity and where resilience isn't learned, it's lived. This past year tested us, it challenged us, it asked us who we are and who we choose to be. And once again, Laredo answered. Through collaboration, we strengthen our role as a global trade gateway connecting nations, markets, and futures. Through commitment, we protected what matters most, keeping Laredo affordable, livable, and within reach for families who call this city home. Through innovation, we proved that progress and safety go hand in hand, earning recognition as the safest city in Texas, even as we serve as the largest inland port in the Western Hemisphere. We faced the reality of being a medically underserved community and responded with action, access, and care. We invested in water, infrastructure, and long-term planning, not just for today, but for the next generation. We celebrated victories, we acknowledged challenges, and when plans didn't go as expected, we listened, learned, and recommitted to earning trust. Because leadership isn't about perfection, it's about purpose. From public spaces and parks to culture, recreation, and everyday life, we continue to build a city where people don't just live, they belong. This is not just progress. This is a formula built on collaboration, driven by commitment, powered by innovation. This is the Laredo formula. And the story of where we are and where we're going continues now. Please welcome the Mayor of the City of Laredo, Dr. Victor D. Trevino.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to stand here as your 85th mayor of this great city, a city founded on hard work, commerce, and the dream of a better future. That's why I'm pleased to see some of our youth here, because you are our future. The video you just saw highlights some of the progress, but it doesn't tell the whole story. The real strength of Laredo comes from our people. We are defined by one project, or we are not defined by one election or by one moment in time. We're defined by the way we come together to solve problems, to lift each other up, and to keep moving forward. That is the Laredo formula. And today, we celebrate what it means for our future. The three pillars of our progress: collaboration, innovation, and commitment. These are not just slogans, they are standards. They're how we live, how we govern, and how we invest, and how we earn trust. Accomplishments and challenges are one of our biggest, and has been to meet Laredo's significant growth and maintaining government functions. So today, we have a chance to talk about something, and it is how we manage your tax dollars. As mentioned, every year we face the same challenges: meeting the needs of a growing community, protecting the city's financial health. And this year, we approached that challenge with efficiency, transparency, and a focus on core government functions. The result is our new budget and $1.10 billion plan that strengthens public safety, invests in infrastructure, and keeps our tax dollars and tax rate stable. For 22 straight years, Laredo has not raised its tax rate, and this year slightly decreased again, even as property values rose more than 11%. That is a sign of a strong demand and a strong growing city. This budget delivers on a simple promise: we are building today while preparing for tomorrow. We made intentional decisions to invest where it matters most. And in 2025, the city of Laredo advanced $82.7 million in new capital improvement projects, strengthening our needs, our roads, facilities, equipment, and the core infrastructure. These investments are building a city that's safer, more efficient, and better prepared for the future, and ensuring the growth is by supporting strong foundations and responsible planning. And while our budget sets a fiscal foundation, one of the strengths is measured by something else: how safe people feel in their homes and in their daily lives. Public safety is at the heart of the Laredo formula. And today, I'm proud to share a milestone that speaks louder than any statistics. Laredo is the safest city in the great state of Texas. And without the need of a border wall. And that did not happen by chance. It happened because of our daily commitment of our police officers, our firefighters, our first responders, and the men and women who dedicate their lives to protecting our community and our borders. It happened because we invest wisely, because we train with purpose, and because we're working together. Public safety is not just a priority, it is a promise. And we are working to deliver on that promise every single day. And my promise to you is that we will strive to be the safest city in the United States of America. Public safety is the foundation of everything we do, and the numbers speak for themselves. To show you what this commitment looks like, let's take a view of this next video.
It's a great honor to be bestowed that ranking, right, which is #1 in the state of Texas, which is the safest city in the state, number 13 in the nation. But one of the things that we talked about here, and we keep on talking every day, is technology, right? Technology is going to help us get us there when it comes to keeping the city safe. The technology that we have has been very helpful for us in combating the crimes that we have throughout the city. We ended up installing technology, kind of like the Raven technology, that gives us, longitude and latitude as to where the shots fired are coming from. We now have sensors across major intersections across the city. So whenever there's an impact of a vehicle with another vehicle, it'll alert us. Instead of waiting for 911 to happen, it'll alert us right away, and we'll be able to deploy the units right away to make sure that we need to save a life, we'll be able to be there on time. The other thing that we're implementing that's going to be very helpful for our community, we're going to be implementing an online reporting system that is what we call on steroids, right? And it's kind of like a ChatGPT, but for Laredo PD reporting. So what it's going to do is just going to be a way to just ask a question, and that program is going to be able to answer back to you and saying, this is what you need to do. And so with this new artificial intelligence that is out there, we're being very cautious, but at the same time, we want to utilize it to make sure that we improve our response times, we improve our operations, and more than anything is to provide the service to the community that is very well deserved. We're still demanding a lot from them, right? We're an agency that has to deal with homelessness. We're an agency that has to deal with domestic violence, with sexual assault. We're an agency that has to deal with homicides, right? And more than anything is to be able to capture that part where you get to a scene and there is a death of a child, and taking that back home. That's just the city police department that does that, right? We have to make sure that we recognize that and be able to provide that support to our officers, and making sure that we make it a priority to make sure that we retain them and we get them the help as soon as they get to that call, that we have a process to make sure that we get them to be well, and that's what we're trying to do. We are not getting it from our City of Laredo taxes. All these technologies coming from our auto theft grant. Our state grant has provided millions of dollars to be able to keep Laredo the safest city when it comes to auto theft. Having this technology coming from the state, we're very grateful to our state representatives, our senator, and our governor that has been able to provide this funding. Changes are coming, but they're good changes, and with this technology and the personnel that we currently have, we'll be able to make it happen.
I want to recognize a group of individuals whose actions prevented an unspeakable tragedy from becoming even worse. On March 15, 2025, our city faced the most terrifying incident in recent memory. An active shooter inside a home on Bannock Lane. Shots were fired. A family was under attack. Multiple victims were already wounded, and the suspect was threatening to kill everyone inside. As bullets tore to the walls of the home, as officers were being shot at, our SWAT team did what they were trained to do. They ran towards danger, entered the home while shots were being fired, confronted the armed suspect, and neutralized the threat, and secured the residence. And for those acts of bravery, we honor the members of the Laredo Police Department SWAT team for their unwavering commitment to protecting our community. presentas usted. Thank you. Thank you for our brave SWAT team and for the service to our community. Today, I want to show you what happens when those principles are put into action in every corner of our city. Laredo's story is a story of collaboration across borders, across industries, and across generations. Since the foundation of Laredo in 1755 by my fifth great-grandfather, Don Tomas Sanchez, our first mayor, this community has always been defined by trade, commerce, and connection. From the very beginning, Laredo was built to create opportunity for generations to come. Even as Laredo reshaped our region with the formation of Nuevo Laredo and the establishment of Webb County in 1848, our community never lost what truly united us. Families remained connected. Commerce continued. It continued to flow. And our shared history endured on both sides of the river. And by the 1880s, Laredo had established the first commercial crossing. That moment set the foundation for everything that followed. Today, we stand as the #1 port of entry in the United States, one of the largest commercial crossings in the world. Laredo is more than just a border city. We are the logistic capital of the United States and the heart of North America. With the approval of 2 presidential permits, both of which I personally associated with 2 different presidents and their administrations, Laredo was positioned to initially invest $160 million in new cross-border infrastructure investment needed for expansions of World Trade Bridge and our Columbia Bridge. And these expansions will ensure Laredo's market dominance as America's port. And these expansions will ensure this dominance will be in the top 7 commercial ports in the world. It will also increase capacity, reduce congestion and emissions, and strengthen trade and efficiency. Our region is also home to unmatched refrigerated infrastructure, supporting more than 5.2 billion fresh produce trade every year. From avocados, dates, and figs to countless other goods, Laredo helps deliver fresh food to American tables. That is something, right? And with continuous collaboration with federal, state, and international partners, Laredo remains a critical link in the global supply chain. Reliable, resilient, and ready for the future. And now, to see how this collaboration works to life every day, let's take a closer look at the vital roles of the World Trade Bridge and the Columbia Solidarity Bridge in connecting Laredo and the United States to the world. Take a look.
Every day, thousands of trucks cross into the United States through Laredo's port of entry, fueling supply chains, industries, and families across the nation. At the heart of this movement is the World Trade Bridge, the most important commercial land port in the Western Hemisphere. Leadership means planning not just for today, but for the future. That's why expanding the World Trade Bridge is not optional, it's essential. Through persistent advocacy and coordination at every level of government, our administration secured the presidential permit needed to move this expansion forward. This investment will increase capacity, reduce congestion, and cut emission caused by long wait times, while supporting thousands of jobs and enabling the movement of 22,000 commercial trucks every day, keeping America's supply chains moving efficiently. But smart trade leadership also means building resilience. The Columbia Solidarity Bridge is a strategic asset that strengthens redundancy, efficiency, and regional resilience. Through binational collaboration and diplomatic coordination, we secure the permits needed to expand this bridge as well. Together, these investments ensure that Laredo can move trade efficiently and responsibly while protecting the quality of life in our neighborhoods and supporting hundreds of billions of dollars in commerce each year. These bridges mean more than expanding our infrastructure. They are symbols of collaboration, vision, and disciplined execution, the foundation of the Laredo formula. When Laredo moves, America moves.
And that is what binational leadership looks like when it is focused, disciplined, and relentless. And this is how Laredo secures its place as a global leader also. Not just in trade, but it's a beacon of democracy. And speaking of democracy, I want to highlight something very special. This past year was my honor to be the first mayor to formally recognize our veterans with a commemorative pin for what will be a continued tradition in our city for veterans. Because the men and women who served and defended our freedoms deserve our gratitude and our respect, and we will always be in their debt. Today we honor our veterans, men and women who wore the uniform, defended our freedom, and placed duty above self. Your commitment reminds us that leadership requires courage and that freedom is never free. And on behalf of this grateful city, I ask everyone to please stand and join me in recognizing our veterans. If you please would stand, we would recognize our veterans. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. 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 Aún hay más. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get a picture. Thank you. Give him a good applause. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Gracias. Gracias. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Today, we're also rebuilding Laredo with a purpose. A more modern water system, stronger public health and protections, technology that keeps our residents safe and ensures our first responders are equipped for anything. Innovation is not about doing more. It is about doing better. Better planning, better systems, and a city that is built to last. For far too long, Laredo lived with aging infrastructure and deferred investment. we inherited challenges. But under my administration, we refuse to inherit excuses. In 2025, for the first time, Laredo experienced 0 citywide waterborne notices, which was good. And we plan to continue this trajectory. We replaced more than 40,000 feet of aging water lines across the city. We rebuilt the 60-year-old Lion water tanks, strengthening reliability for surrounding neighborhoods. And we launched a $26 million project connecting our Jefferson and Pico water plant treatments, creating long-term capacity for growth. This is what the Laredo formula works. And to show you what this investment looks like on the ground, from old pipes to new, from aging systems to modern infrastructure, I invite you to watch this next video.
Well, as you know, Laredo is the largest U.S. inland port with a 261,000. It's a city that is vital and has witnessed a lot of growing in the previous years, and we plan to see a growth continue in the next 5 years, around 5 to 6%, with increased demand for water and utilities. So that's really impressive. Keeping aging infrastructure reliable while the city grows is a huge challenge for the utility and for the city. We have infrastructure and underground water lines that are 50 years old. The city of Laredo has recently struck a contract or an agreement with the U.S. Corps of Engineers for a $26 million project that we will connect the Jefferson plant with El Pico as a secondary emergency connection in case one of those plants goes down. Now the city will continue to have water throughout the system without any disruption. We also proudly and pleased to say that we have finished almost 40,000 feet of pipe bursting in the city, renewing lines which were very old and putting in new technology to replace those lines with minimum intervention. Also, we have recently replaced a 60-year-old South Lion tank, which was a huge issue from a regularity and operational issue. And recently, we've also made an agreement to fix the Zacata Creek wastewater wall. We just came to producing about 13 billion gallons of water from January to December 25, and with the 0 water boiler advisories. This is the first time Laredo goes through a full year with no water boiler advisories. Also, I would like to say that we have been in full compliance with the TCEQ regulations and all requirements. Also, now we have a faster response to water outages and water mainline breaks by dispatching teams within less than 2 hours. And recently, on our new water outage map, where now you can log into the city water outage map. I'm optimistic. We have a lot of good people there who are very passionate and supportive of the department. At the same time, ensure that what we receive back is treated to the best standards and that we protect the environment and the environmental stewardship in the way we do business.
Improving life for our residents isn't just about water, roads, or public safety. It is also about how people move across our city every single day. And this past year, we achieved the largest transit fleet expansion in Laredo's history. In June 2025, the City of Laredo and El Metro unveiled 19 brand new compressed natural gas buses. Major step, major leap forward for mobility, sustainability, and rider experience. These buses are not simply replacements. They represent a new era in transit for Laredo. They're cleaner, wider, and better for our environment. We also introduced a modern fast fare system that allows riders to pay with cards or mobile payment, making boarding faster and more convenient. And I do invite you to ride these new buses and see firsthand how Laredo Transit System is evolving to meet your needs. Innovation isn't only about infrastructure. It's also about people protecting people. From the first day of my administration, I made it my objective to increase our investment into public health. And as Laredo continues to grow in trade and in population and in opportunity, we have a responsibility to protect the health of our residents. That is why we created Laredo's first air monitoring program. And for the first time, our community has access to real-time air quality data across the city. No assumptions, no estimates, but science-based information we can trust. Good. And this program brings transparency where there was uncertainty. It allows us to make informed decisions and to hold ourselves accountable. Because Laredo continues to be medically underserved due to the lack of healthcare professionals. We have expanded preventive care services to help residents stay healthy before problems become emergencies. We are upgrading public health department facilities to be fully ADA compliant, ensuring every resident can access with dignity and ease. And today, Laredo's taking another historic step. Our public health department is preparing an application to the Public Health Accreditation Board, a distinction that would make Laredo one of the first cities in Texas to achieve this level of public health excellence. But we cannot do this alone. We also need the help of the county, Webb County, which means working in collaboration when it comes to providing for pediatric services, and with the right investments and partnerships, the creation of a county medical district and county hospital. This is the Laredo formula in action. And to see how this innovation data can come together, please watch this next video.
We're working to modernize health in Laredo by first starting off by expanding access to care. The city of Laredo and Webb County are designated as a medically underserved and health professional shortage area. So first and foremost is serving the needs of our community.
I think like many border towns, we do face some challenges, but I do believe we have a very strong group of healthcare providers who do a wonderful job trying to compensate and provide good care to the community.
New services and programs that we did implement include the opening of the preventive care clinic at the McPherson Medical Center for HIV, STI, STD, soon vaccinations, and it will be placing our newly purchased mammogram machine by the city of Laredo at that site. We also have, of course, our laboratory services, which are very low cost for members of the community to come in and take advantage to know your chemistry.
Mental health is an area where we have identified that we need to work and try to solidify and improve. We have programs like Juntos for Better Health, so we want to continue improving that and increasing and bringing more resources so we can provide more services to the community.
Regarding air quality, we have been working diligently. We were able to purchase 8 sensors and 2 federally equivalent monitors throughout this year, and they have been placed. They will be going live in January of 2026.
Health is an investment. Basically, without health, we're really in big troubles. We have to participate a little bit more in being proactive, in think about wellness and preventive medicine.
The footprint of the Laredo Public Health Department opened its doors in 1970, long before the ADA Compliance Act of 1991 went into effect. Therefore, there was a need for upgrades at this building to ensure that everybody is able to access all sites of the Public Health Department.
Healthy Laredo, a place where our community can stay here to look for medical help.
For 2026, we are officially submitting our application to the Public Health Accreditation Board to obtain accreditation for Laredo Public Health. There are not very many departments in the state of Texas that do hold this accreditation, and it is a very intense process, ensuring that all of our policies and procedures are performing not at the standard, above the standard, and that's exactly what the city of Laredo and the residents deserve. We are extremely appreciative of the mayor and the city council for their continuous advocacy and support for the public health system has helped propel us into the future as we're working towards moving from Public Health 2.0 to Public Health 4.0 for the community.
And as we expand critical infrastructure, like the World Trade Bridge and the Columbia Solidarity Bridge, the air monitoring system gives us the tools to grow responsibly while balancing our public health interests and ensuring economic progress. And economic progress never comes at the expense of public health. Commitment is more than promises. It is about outcomes people can feel in their daily lives. And under my administration, I'm focused on making Laredo a city where families can not only live, but thrive. Because affordability isn't a slogan, it's a responsibility. Today, Laredo is recognized as the most affordable city to live in Texas, according to WalHub, a distinction that reflects real-world value, not theory, not headlines, but what families actually experience, and it shows it in the numbers. And during my administration, Laredo's poverty rate has been reduced by 4%. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because affordability here means more than lower cost. It means choices, more stability. That is the Laredo formula. And affordability is not just a ranking, it is a responsibility that includes making sure housing remains within reach of the most vulnerable residents. This is why, to our Community Development Department, we delivered Tiny Homes Project on the Eagle Pass Avenue. And this project, funded through the Home Investment Partnerships Program and the Home American Rescue Plan, transformed the city-owned land into 9 studio housing units and a community center with a total investment of $1.4 million. And affordability, it's about more than housing alone. It is about access to green spaces, recreation, and quality of life that families can enjoy every day. Our city is also home to more than 100 parks, spaces where family can gather, children can play, and communities connect. Because we're just not making and maintaining what we have. We're investing in modern facilities that elevate the quality of life for every resident. In 2005, we opened the City of Laredo Tennis Center at TAMIU. And this is a state-of-the-art 18-court facility designed for both community use and collegiate competition. That same commitment can be seen at the Buena Vista Sports Complex. And we are proud to say that we delivered phase 1 to the community yesterday. The Buena Vista Sports Complex was the largest investment made by the City of Laredo in South Laredo. I do want to thank the City Council for the support. Thank you. And especially Mayor Pro Tem Gilbert Gonzalez and Council Member Ricardo Richie Rangel for working with me to making this reality and giving the voters and the people from South Laredo the economic investment they rightfully deserve. Thank you very much. And at the Max A. Mandel Municipal Court, Laredo achieved another milestone, earning a ranking as one of the top 10 public golf courses in Texas, coming in at number 9 statewide. And these investments, thank you. These investments are about more than facilities. They're about pride, opportunity, to see how affordability and commitment shape everyday life in our city. Let's please take a look at the video.
In a time when the cost of living is rising across the nation, Laredo stands apart. A city where families can grow, where opportunities are within reach, and where quality of life isn't a privilege, it's part of who we are. National publications recently recognized Laredo as one of the most affordable places to live in America. A city where housing, transportation, utilities, and everyday essentials cost significantly less than in major U.S. cities. But affordability is more than numbers. It's stability. It's opportunity. It's the freedom for families to plan, grow, and thrive. And in Laredo, affordability goes hand in hand with quality of life. With more than 100 parks, miles of trails, community pools, and expanding recreation programs, our residents enjoy some of the most accessible public spaces in Texas. Just days ago, we celebrated the ribbon cutting of the Buena Vista Sports Complex, now officially open to the public. This transformational project represents our commitment to families, youth development, and the future of sports in Laredo. Phase 1 of the complex, part of the master plan approved by the Laredo City Council back in 2021, includes 10 artificial turf, baseball, and softball fields, 2 multi-purpose fields for soccer, football, and rugby, and so much more. At the heart of the complex stands the championship field, dedicated in memory of our late Parks and Recreations Department Director, Juan Jose J.J. Gomez Jr. A leader, a mentor, and a champion for our youth, his legacy lives on in the fields where future generations will play, compete, and dream. Earlier this year, we opened another milestone project, the City of Laredo Tennis Complex at TAMIU, a state-of-the-art 18-court facility designed for both recreational and collegiate level play. This summer, the complex earned national recognition, receiving the 2025 USTA Outstanding Facility Award, one of only 45 facilities in the entire country to be honored. Today, the facility serves as home to TAMIU's tennis program, while also welcoming students, athletes, and local families. Built to host local, state, and national tournaments, it positions Laredo as a rising hub for sports excellence. Affordability is about more than low costs. It's about access. Access to opportunity, to recreation, to education, and to a community built for everyone. And as we continue to grow, we remain committed to ensuring that Laredo is not only affordable, but exceptional. A place we're proud to call home.
How about that? This video captures what commitment looks like, investing our people in places and in the promise of better and everyday life. And again, this is the Laredo formula. And as we celebrate what makes Laredo a great place to live, and our affordability, our parks, and our commitment to our community, we also recognize the excellence of our young people who make our city proud. And today, we proudly recognize the United High School football team. You represented this city in excellence both on and off the field. You showed us what preparation, commitment, and pride truly looks like. Laredo is proud of you. This season, you finished as top 16 in the 6A Division I and claimed by-district area championships and made it to the state semifinals. Your hard work, teamwork, and your dedication are the same principles that define Laredo formula: collaboration, innovation, and commitment. And thank you very much for that. See this? I'll stand here in a minute. I'll stand right here. And as we close this year's State of the City and move into New Year, the city will continue to address many other challenges, like finalizing a secondary water source, agreements and revitalization of our historic downtown. With proper planning and fiscal responsibility, I want to thank every resident, every city employee, and every partner who contributes to our success. Together, we face challenges, seize opportunities, and build a stronger Laredo, one that honors our past, invests in today, and prepares for tomorrow. That is the Laredo formula. That is who we are. And I am proud to serve as your 85th mayor in this great city of Laredo. Thank you very much, and we will keep on striving to make Laredo one of the best cities in the United States. Thank you very much.